Hey, it's Andre and it's time for another Friday flying update. Yeah, the bench is kind of full. It has been an interesting week. Last weekend, no, I did not get to fly. We were very busy doing a couple of projects and a couple of podcasts. Check out the exclusive chat with Alpha from MotionRC as we discuss the unveiling of the B-24 Liberator. I'll put the links in the for the show in the description, and we'll go from there. It was almost a 3-hour chat with Alpha as he discussed what it takes to bring a RC plane, a RC foam plane to market in this modern day and age. It was very cool. And of course we talk about the release of their new B-24 Liberator from Flight Line, which was very cool. It looks gorgeous. I watched another one of the videos. Wow, 2-meter, 4-engine, gorgeous bomber. Just crazy. I didn't get to fly last week. The weather was just not conducive to flying. I don't know about this weekend. It's supposed to rain again too, and the winds and everything. So all I did last weekend, that's why there was no Friday flying update. I just drove the truck on Sunday after the podcast because I had to get outside and just get some fresh air and everything. So I'm in the middle of doing some chains. I won't even bother going into that till I'm finished, but it's been kind of fun to try and do that. Yes, from MotionRC and their the TechOne line is a couple aircraft. I talked about this last week. I still got to put in some receivers into this thing. This is the 163 or one, yeah, and it should be a lot of fun to fly. I mean, it's it should be a hoot to go. So I'm kind of looking forward to getting out there and just going. The FPV wing, I got to sit down a little bit longer and put in the servos and the flap, the winglets and everything and get it going. I really like on this thing, as I mentioned, the magnetic setup, which, and the spars. It's really kind of a neat way. So, if you do the connections to your radio just right, you probably could strip this guy down for field transport really quickly. From flight test, my order with the Vigan showed up. And that's where that 4S 70mm motor that was in the F-16, that's where this is going to go. A David Vindestal special, another one of my favorite planes from David. I'm really looking forward. Everybody tells me how gorgeous things these fly, so I'm looking forward to it. I've just figured, and as well, the Simple Scout. I'm going to run this on probably a 3S, one of my 2830-11,000 kV motors. I thought of getting the B spec, but it just B kit motor, and it just got to the point where it was a little too expensive with shipping and everything. So again, thank you for Flight Test for setting me up with that stuff. It's pretty cool. Goggles. A lot of people were asking me about this. These are my Fatshark Attitude V2s. Yes, I've got them disassembled, and the rationale and the reason is I want to show you what we did to allow us to fit this new module. This is the Realacc. I don't know what frig it's called, but the point is I've now gotten away from the Fatshark one with the dip switches. We went in there, and initially I had put in a header board that was too tall, and I was having all kinds of issues, so I took it over to my mad scientist dad and had him put in a shorter header. I will link this module and the header board that I got from Banggood and Taka, and that way you can pick up whatever you want if you do it. But it is possible, it does work. You do a little cutting. I did do a little 3D printed cover, and I guess we'll try and get in close enough to the camera. You'll see the header board. Hopefully this is in focus, and some of the work we had to do in the back. My dad actually had to run, we've changed this module. Initially the stock module was soldered in there, and then when we went and put in the Fatshark module, some of the pins and everything were damaged. Now ultimately we're running a header board so I can switch between modules with no issues, and you just do a little cutting and presto, you actually have a little bit more functionality out of the board. I will be flashing and learning a little bit more about this board and running some of the different firmwares that you can do it, but the nice thing now is I have a set of goggles which will basically keep me going for a while, and I have auto scan, which is so awesome, and a lot more frequency, and no dip switches. This will just be a spare. I'll throw it in with the kit, and it's there just in case I need it. As well as other little interesting projects going on. From Banggood, again, I'll put them in the show descriptions. iNav. So this is just a simple F4 Omni board. So flight controller, and I think it's got OSD on board. Yes, it does. And then a little sat, and as well from Banggood today on some of their sales, I picked up a FR Sky receiver, which will just link straight into this guy, so you know, through S-Bus, as well as a little 25, 100, 200 milliwatt transmitter. So I'm thinking that will go onto some small wing or something really simple, or maybe even this guy in for review. Now, it did get damaged in shipping. The box looked like it just got really roughed up. So I'm going to boil some water later on this evening or tomorrow, and I'll fix those little curves. That's not bad. But so this is the Nano Talon. I was asked by RC Moments if I was interested in doing a review, and I said, sure, why not? I will put the link into the show descriptions as well. And I'm really, initial experience, I'm going to do a full proper review and talk about this guy, because obviously I need to set up, but the way it breaks down and everything, it's actually pretty crafty. Like the you know, these little fins come off, and you've got full access to all your accessories on the top. The way the where the control surfaces will go in, they link in through the servos. It's kind of neat. So there are no servos in the wings. So that's pretty crafty. Someone was thinking when they made this, and the wings just pop on and off for transport if you want to. Again, like I said, if you've seen the pictures of the box, check out my social media. That thing was just absolutely rock. So I will be doing a full review, and it looks like I just have another FPV ship. I guess, you know, the camera will go in there, so I'll run a nice setup on this guy and put the camera in there and just have, you know, a mix of it. I have so many things to build, so many things to think about and process and get going. I'm behind on all my reviews. I'm behind on a bunch of projects I want to do, but I guess with the weather not being so great, I can do that and just focus in on a couple of these things and get everything ready to go. So the moment the weather is nice. We had a ton of snow in the last weekend. It's all, most of it's gone now. Most of it will probably come back. So I will start getting some of those winter planes, like the Tundra and everything. I'll start just converting those guys over to ski mode and get them all ready for the winter. So, whew. Podcast this weekend, we are doing another one. Adam Drain, whose dad is part of the Liberty Bell Foundation, will be in the studio with Chris. So he's coming down from Columbus, Ohio. I think you go down from Columbus to Canton, Ohio, to the RC After Hours multi-million-dollar recording studio, and we will be doing a bit of a podcast there. And that'll be Sunday morning. Look out for the live notices on Facebook, and probably be a nice Q&A. We'll discuss our summary of the after discussing the B-25 to B-24 Liberator release with MotionRC. Again, there are a couple. It's Good Friday. It's not Good Friday. It's Black Friday. So I've been watching a lot of the sales, and I'm really trying to decide if I'm going to jump in on some of this battery sales and everything. I know Hobby King has got a free shipping, and I'm really thinking about something with 6S for next year. And then I'm starting to already map out what I'd like to accomplish in 2018. 2017 so far has been a blast. I am behind on a project. I am behind on all my wing builds and stuff like this. So I want to get all those done. I want to thin out the fleet, and then I want to really focus in on a couple key goals for 2018. And I'll discuss that probably later in December on an update when we're starting to shut down the year and everything. So for now, I'm Andre. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Thanks for watching.